Okay, Jerry, we'll get to the football, which kicks off for you this weekend. But first of all, this is the first time we've had a chance to speak to you since you were named Under-18s manager. How happy are you to take up that role?
Yeah, delighted. As I said, during the summer things were up in the air a little bit, but really happy to take on the job. It's been a busy pre-season with a tour to the Czech Republic and getting used to knowing a few of the younger lads in. But it's gone really well pre-season. The conditioning's worked fantastic for us, and it's all gearing up for the kick-off on Saturday at Spurs.
It must be an exciting age group to work with, full-time scholars and FA Youth Cup as well.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, this is a group I enjoy working with. There's some really exciting prospects in there. We've got some second years carried over from last year, obviously, who are now looking at pushing, getting in the development squad, and some younger first year scholars who are really a talented group, some real technically gifted players within that group. So it's about us now nurturing them, developing them further, and trying to get the younger ones into the development squad first, and the older ones see if we can push them for professional contracts.
Yeah, what are your main sort of targets as a coach for this age group?
Well, it's all about the individual. It's all about getting the players through, and if the more we can get through to sign those development contracts, the better for us. So, obviously, at under-18s, we do look at trying to win games. That's part of their development. But paramount within that is their personal development, and we make sure that they're prepared and ready if they get called into the development squad. And thereafter, we're trying to get them that professional contract if we can.
And then there's the FA Youth Cup, which obviously is all about winning. I mean, obviously the club has a strong recent history, having won it a couple of years ago. How excited are you to be managing in that?
It'd be great. It's at the back of my mind at the moment, if I'm being honest. There's been a lot of other things at the forefront to try and get through during pre-season. Obviously gearing up for this first game at Tottenham on Saturday. But when the FA Youth Cup comes round, we take it seriously, and it's a competition we want to do well in. So as and when that comes round, we'll do that seriously. We'll look at preparing properly for it. But as I said, there's a lot of games beforehand to think about and prepare the lads for, and a lot of development for these boys to go through before the FA Youth Cup comes through.
And how have your preparations gone? You took the lads away to Prague, didn't you?
Yeah, it was great. It was a busy tour. We had 2 games on each of the days over there. Really good experience for the lads. It was a tournament, but it probably came a little bit early for us. We used it as a training camp, like I said, about their conditioning, trying to get them right for the games when we came back. And it was early in our pre-season, so we used it as a training camp. We did well. We won 2 and lost 2 out there against an under-19s age groups. An experience in European football against Germans, against Slovakian teams and Czechoslovakian teams as well. So really good experience for the lads. First time the group have been together as well, away from home, because that's a big part of it as well, is trying to amalgamate the 2 groups, first years and second years, and they've bonded very well. So that was a big part of the trip as well.
Yeah, there's always that interesting dynamic, isn't there, between the first years and the second years? Have they made the younger lads feel welcome?
They have, yeah. It's an interesting group actually. We've got them in dressing rooms around there, and they're separate, but we've made sure there's a pathway through, literally, between the 2 dressing rooms, and they've worked really well together as a group. I've got to say that. They seem to get on. Hey, listen, we know in a season there's going to be times when they don't, but we don't mind that as long as that's done properly. They want to demand off each other. We ask the second years to lead them if they can. But there's some strong characters in the first years as well, which is interesting. So as a group, they've been fantastic to date, and we're looking forward to them building on that bonding through the season. And
the league action starts this Saturday against Tottenham. Is that the sort of game, the sort of challenge you're going to be facing week in, week out this season?
There's no tougher task than going away to Tottenham on the first game. They were very strong last year. Me and Neil experienced that when we played against them last year in the under-18s. They carry a lot of scholars. At the moment we're quite light in our numbers because of the 21s not having a big group up there, so we've got 6 that have gone up from my group already to the 21s, which is fantastic. So they'll be travelling to Man United on Friday night, so they won't be involved with me Saturday, which in turn allows some of the under-16s to come up and play with me. We've got a trialist in, or a couple of trialists coming in. So it's all about juggling the numbers as well, and making sure that the lads who do go up deserve to go up, and make sure it's not at the detriment of their development. But we'll have a team ready and prepared to go and play at Tottenham. We'll have a game plan, and hopefully we'll go down there and perform to the best of our capabilities.